Hello students, this is your science teacher Aparna. We are studying chapter number 2, components of food. So in this chapter, till now we have discussed about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals and water. Now fiber is remained. So student, we will recall about carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals and water, and after that we will continue with fiber. So students, we are talking about the essential components of food. These are very essential for us because they are categorized in three groups, as energy giving food, as bodybuilding food, as productive food. So these all are important for us and these all are the essential for us. Okay. If we are talking about protein, it is very important for us. It is bodybuilding food. We have discussed about the sources of protein and function of protein. So please see the previous videos for the explanation of sources and function of protein. Now when we are talking about carbohydrate is a energy giving food. Okay, and it is very helpful us because we need energy to do any work. And fat is also energy giving food. Fat is also energy giving food, but it contains more energy as compared to the carbohydrates. So students, we have discussed about bodybuilding and energy giving food. You can also see the previous video for the explanation of function and sources of carbohydrates and function and sources of fats. We have also studied some tests. How can we recognize that our food is containing fat, carbohydrate or protein? We can do some test for that. I have discussed in my previous video. When we are talking about vitamins, so it also regulate our biological process of our bodies, and it allow for the growth. It helps in growth, and mainly functions of body in which vitamins helps are digestion, absorption and metabolism. That means biological process of our body, and you can also say the metabolic activities of our body are regulated by vitamins. Okay. Sources of vitamins are given in this table, and the function is also given, so you can visit this table for the complete explanation of sources and function of vitamins. When we are talking about minerals, these are naturally occurring inorganic substances, and it has a role in biological process of the body. So there are so many minerals which are present in body, and they regulate many biological process of our body, and they work as a catalyst in biological reaction of body. That means they increase the rate of reaction of the rate of reaction of the biological functions, and these are also helpful to produce hormone inside the body. So students, when we are talking about catalyst, so catalyst is considered as a substance which is increasing the rate of reaction of which is increasing the rate of any reaction. That means minerals are increasing the rate of biological reaction within the body. Sources of minerals are animal foods as well as plant source both. Okay. When we are talking about water, it is very essential component of our body because a major portion of our body is formed of water. It helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It is essential for most of the life processes or body function, and it is also helps in throwing out some waste from body as urine and sweat. That means it also very it's also playing a role to excrete toxins from our body, to excrete toxin from our body. Okay. Sources of water: we can drink water, as you know, we can drink water, and the doctors also advise to to drink 6 to 8 glass of water in our daily routine, but there are some water rich foods are also available. We can take them, and we can regulate our body, our water level inside the body. Okay, now students, fibers, this is the component which is remained, and its explanation is I am going to explain you, so please listen it carefully. When we are talking about fibers, so what are the fibers? Dietary fibers is that part of the food that cannot be digested by human enzymes. That means, uh, as I told you, that there are so many biological processes are going on inside the body, and there are so many digestive enzymes are also working inside the body, which are helpful to digest the food. Okay, and which regulate the metabolic activities of the body. So these digestive enzymes are helpful to digest the foods, just like alpha glucosidase, just like alpha amylase, these all are the digestive enzymes. So there are some food which cannot be digested by human enzymes, so these are the known as fibers. You can also say dietary fiber is that part of the food. Okay, so fibers are the part of any food that cannot be digested by human enzymes, are known as fibers. You can also say roughage. Now when we are talking about functions, so what are the function of fibers, why they are important? As I told you, fibers are those part of food which cannot be digested by human enzyme. That means human enzyme cannot digest it easily. Okay, so how it is important for us, what is the function, why it is essential for us, and why it is an essential component of food also. So students, it help us to regulate our digestive system, and it also regulate our excretory system. It prevents constipation, it adds bulk to assist in peristalsis, and it absorbs water. Because of that, softer feces and sorry uh, it fibers absorb water, that that's why soft feces become softer, and it is easy to defecate also, thus it is regulating the excretory system. So fibers are a good absorber of water, and when fiber absorb the water, then feces become soft, and it is easy to excrete, it is easy to defecate. Now sources of dietary fibers. When we are talking about dietary fibers, then we have to know about the sources also. So what are the sources? There are two types of sources, some are soluble fibers and some are insoluble fibers. So when we are talking about sources of soluble fibers, these are fruits, root tubers, some vegetables and legumes. When we are talking about fruits, then plums, berries, banana, apple, pears, etc. These are some fruits which contain soluble fiber. When we are talking about root tubers, then sweet potato and onions are the example of soluble fibers. These contain soluble fibers, and certain vegetables just like broccoli, carrot contain soluble fiber. And when we are talking about legumes, then peas and soybean are the sources of soluble fiber. That means they contain soluble fiber. Okay, now there are two types of dietary fibers, soluble fibers and insoluble fibers. And when we are talking about soluble fiber, then some fruits, some root tubers, some vegetables and some legumes are the sources of soluble fiber. Now come to the insoluble fiber. When we are talking about insoluble fibers, then whole grain foods are the sources of insoluble fibers, and legumes also are the soluble or the sources of insoluble fiber. When we are talking about whole grains food, then wheat and corn bran are the sources of insoluble fibers. Wheat and corn bran are the sources of insoluble fibers. And when we are talking about legumes, then beans and peas, nuts and seeds, these all are the sources of insoluble fiber. That means they contain insoluble fibers. Hence, we can say that whole grain foods, wheat and corn bran, legumes such as bean and peas, nuts and seeds contains insoluble fiber. So, students, there was a talk about fibers. So, what are the fibers? Fibers are the part of food which cannot be digested by the digestive enzyme. And I told you there are some digestive enzymes are already present inside the body which helps to digest which helps to digest food, but fibers cannot be dietary fibers cannot be digested by uh, them. So after that there is a function, they help us to regulate our excretory system. And there are some sources. So we have discussed what is fiber, what are the functions of fibers, and what are the sources of dietary fibers. So students, after that this chapter is completed. I hope you have understand all the topic of this chapter. In this chapter basically we have discussed about the components of food. What are the nutrients, what should be the diet, what should be the balanced